Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad that you could join me today. I was looking in the mirror just the other morning as I was shaving, and I noticed something. I noticed that there was a few more gray hairs than there used to be. There was a couple more lines and wrinkles around my eyes, and it hit me right then and there. Just a plain, honest truth that I've got more living behind me in this life than I do ahead of me. Now, for some people, saying that out loud, it sounds kind of like a heavy burden, kind of sad, but I don't mean it that way. Don't mean it that way at all. It's just the reality of time. If you've reached a season in your life, and I'm only 47, but still more behind me than ahead, and if you've reached a place in life where you've crossed the halfway mark, I want to talk to you today. Because having less time ahead of you, well, that doesn't mean your life is losing value. In fact, it means the days that you have left are the most valuable. The most valuable ones that you ever live. Look, I'm just an old country boy that loves the Lord, loves my family, loves God, loves people. And if I'm being completely transparent with you, well, looking back at that long, hard road that's behind me, it means seeing a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes that I've made, I made all kinds of mistakes over the years, and I'm not proud of that, not bragging about that. I've taken the wrong turns. I've said things that I shouldn't have said. I've done things that I shouldn't have done. I've worried about things that didn't really matter, that wasn't worth all the trouble. There are chapters in my past that, to be honest with you, I wish I could rewrite. And as a preacher, I talk a lot about grace, about God's grace, God's amazing grace. But it's one thing to preach it. It's another thing to look at your own life, to actually accept it, to accept God's grace for yourself. If you are looking back at your life and you're feeling weighed down by regrets, hear me, listen to me on this. God's mercy isn't just for the young folks. Isn't just for the people with their whole lives ahead of them. I wish I would have come to the Lord earlier. His grace is big enough, though, to cover every single sin, every single shortcoming, every single time that we've stumbled, every mistake of our rear view mirror. Your mistakes do not define the chapters that you have left to write. When you realize that you have a fewer days ahead than you did behind, something beautiful starts to happen. Your appetite for nonsense well, it just completely disappears. You stop caring about keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak. You stop wasting your energy on arguments that just don't matter anymore. You stop chasing a dollar at the expense of your peace. And you start realizing that a quiet evening with your spouse, a phone call from your kids or your grandkids, watching the sunset over the trees, well, it just kind of seems to gain value. It's worth more than anything that money can buy. There's a beautiful verse in Psalms chapter 90. It says this. It says, to teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Numbering your days isn't about being afraid of getting old. It's about wisdom. It's about realizing that time is something you can't buy back. You can always make another dollar, but you can't make another yesterday. So you start making today count. You start pouring love into your family, investing in your friends, the people you go to church with, the lost, holding on to your faith a little bit tighter. So what do we need to do with the time that we have left? We need to use it to build a legacy. We use it to show our kids, our grandkids, our great-grandkids, if you're fortunate enough to have them, how to handle mistakes with humility, because they're going to make some. How to love people unconditionally. You might not be as fast as you used to be. Your joints might ache a little bit more, especially when the rain rolls in. But your voice, your wisdom, and your testimony are more powerful right now at this stage in your life than they ever have been before. The world doesn't need more perfect people or people claiming to be perfect. It needs some authentic people, some real people. People that can look the next generation in the eye and say, I've been there. I've done that. I've been through the valley. And let me tell you something. God is still God. And God is still faithful. So don't spend the rest of your life just waiting around. Live it. Love your family. Love them hard. Love them with everything you got. Forgive people quickly. Walk close with the Lord. I hope this has helped you in some way, and I'd like to hear from you today. If you're in this same season of life, or maybe you're older, What is the one piece of wisdom that you've learned over the years and through your journey that you'd want to pass on to the generation that's coming behind you, that you'd like to pass down to the younger people? Let me know in the comments. Let's share the wisdom that we've gained. Let's try to bring a little comfort to the next generation and help the next generation. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with a friend. Someone that might need to hear it. Till next time, take care of your families. Keep your eyes on Jesus. And I'll see you next time. God bless.